So I did it. I modded my 3DS. Or to be exact, I modded my new 2DS XL. Whatever. I bought this particular model almost a year ago with the intent of actually buying any of the 3DS and DS games that I missed out on during my childhood. It was also kind of a panic buy because this is when Nintendo announced that they'd be shutting down the 3DS eShop. For my fans who get invited out to parties, the eShop was just the store where you went to go buy your digital games or apps. So I bought it to, pressure myself into buying the rest of the collection I wanted. This shit sent me back $190, and that was after haggling for the lower price. But after buying this beautiful piece of technology, I just threw it to the side. Okay, kidding. I did buy some games on here, like the Majora's Mask remake, Kid Icarus Uprising, and of course, the main reason I bought this hunk of junk, Pokemon Omega Ruby. I also already owned a few 3DS games, but the 3DS I was running with was the OG model back from 2011. 12 years ago. This is a much needed upgrade. Let me fix the shirt, let me fix the shirt, let me fix the shirt. Okay. But as life went on, I barely bought anything after that initial first week, only buying the virtual console version of Pokemon Red a couple months back. So there I was, regretful that I even bought this thing, until I remembered something.
Putting homebrew software on your 3DS unlocks a lot of potential. You can play Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and SNES ROMs. Play DS and 3DS ROMs very easily with perfect performance because it's a 3DS.
So it just clicked. I've always heard how easy it was to mod your 3DS, and there are countless tutorials online on how to mod it. But I went with the old tried and true 3ds.hacks.guide. Very nice website name. Also, a tip I saw in a lot of videos is to not follow video guides. The way to mod a 3DS changes constantly, so videos tend to get outdated pretty quickly. So I would just go with the old written guide, which is what I did. Also, this is not a guide on how to mod your 3DS or where to get games from, as that is illegal, okay? The only reason I did is because Nintendo left me no choice with the shutting down of their shop. So I'm sorry, Nintendo, but Mr. Iwata, you gotta understand, I did it for us. Anyways, the point of this video is just to kind of give you my thoughts on what it's like owning a Mono 3DS. I've never done anything like this to any of my gaming systems or anything in general, but I felt super cool doing it, and I feel super cool having it, so why not talk about it? I think I'm just gonna bounce around between pros and cons as that flows better in my baby boy brain. So without further ado, let's get started. Or, as Mario Jumpman likes to say, let's go. We're starting off with a con, and this has to do more so with the modding process or just installing anything in general. If you mess up at any point during the process of modding the 3DS, you could effectively... Ooh, yeah. If you mess up at any point during the process of modding or installing an app on your 3DS, you could effectively revert it back to its regular base firmware, so you lose all the games, ROMs, apps you just installed. Let me try again. For my fans who fuck, a ROM is basically a type of software that emulates the original game as if you're playing it on the original system. All right, last bit, I swear. But there are scarier cases where you could actually brick your 3DS, and if that fucking happens, I don't know why I had to say fucking, I didn't. If that happens, you're pretty much shit out of luck. You don't have a 3DS anymore. Hold on, guys, sorry, I didn't know that it would do that. Hold on. All right, let's try that again. But a pro to go directly with that con is how easy it is to set up the custom firmware in this bitch. There are so many good and well-detailed guides out there with plenty of fail-safes that basically hold your hand the entire way. And as someone who has rot brain, the hand-holding is very much appreciated. I also didn't believe in the whole this takes an hour aspect of the process, but it really did only take me an hour and a half. The half being I got the micro SD stuck in an SD card reader, and I need to get my big strong girlfriend to get it out for me. Thanks. My second con, and probably the biggest gripe overall with the Mono 3DS, are the menus. Holy shit, the menus. Basically, the menus are super detailed, which is a pro in some cases, but holy shit, I had to go through 5 menus to install one game. These menus are kind of reminiscent of how File Explorer works on your computer. It's just going into one folder after another. Thankfully, you don't have to do this too often, but when you do, it is a pain in the ass. Another pro I have is this. I'm not gonna say much about it. I'm not trying to go to jail for video games, but just know I can get a whole lot of game for a whole lot of free. This last con is kind of a niche con for me, but God, do I hate Twilight Menu Plus. Twilight Menu is an app that you can use to emulate older DS games, which is super cool. I got it so I can experience Pokemon Heart Gold for the first time, but after using Twilight Menu, the only thing I experienced was heart failure. The app basically simulates DSi hardware, which is super cool, but the amount of time it takes to actually start up a game is insane. You basically have to start up the app, wait for the DSi start screen, get past this god-awful logo, scroll through all of your folders so you hit the ROMs folder, and then after that, you scroll some more to hit the DS folder, and finally, you're at your games. Congrats. I know this is a nitpick, but holy shit, just let me play my games quicker. Very first world problem with me, I know, but let me play my games quicker. Also, you just saw the interface. We can agree that the interface is ugly, right? Thankfully, I found this app that allows you to put the DS games onto the home screen so you skip all those steps to play the games, which is a godsend, but I wish I didn't have to get that app in the first place so that I could just play my fucking games. Again, niche con, but it's my con. Like I was saying earlier, I think the biggest pro of modding your 3DS is finally getting to play those games that you played all throughout your childhood or games you just missed out completely. I never got to play any of the Pokemon games on the DS besides Diamond, but thanks to this, I can finally experience Heart Gold without having to shell out hundreds of dollars to buy it physically. Thanks, resellers! On the other hand, I religiously played Super Mario 64 on the DS, so being able to experience that game a second time through is great. I love that game, so of course I'm gonna fucking play it. Now, this doesn't just apply to old DS games. The 3DS natively has over 100 titles in its virtual console library, ranging from NES to Game Boy Color. Now, if you want to commit a crime or two, you can also emulate older games. For example, Game Boy Advance gets no love on the 3DS. But here I have Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Again, I'm not going to go into how I have it on here. Just know it's possible you could do that. Now, with all that said, I just want to remind everyone, this is just a 3DS. It's not a supercomputer. It's not a portable emulator. This shit is not that powerful. Don't mod this thinking that you can boot up PS5 games. Hell, don't even mod this thinking you can boot up N64 games. That shit is super jank. Oof. This is obviously best used for 3DS and DS games, and pretty much anything older than that. So as much as I want to play Beatles Adventure Racing, I guess I'm gonna have to stick to the inferior Mario Kart 7. I'll live. Anyways, thank you for watching. I don't know if you could tell, this was scripted. This was my first scripted video, so super proud of it. If you guys enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, you know the fucking drill. If you don't enjoy, don't do any of that, but you watched it, so I still get your view, you little rapscallion. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go back to the couch and play with this a little bit more. That's it. All right.
Bye! Semen pipe, Mario pipe, rubber pipe, Lego pipe, bedrock pipe.